So me and my son, we've embarked on this journey together, and it's kind of humbling to think about it. The journey is with physical fitness, but it goes deeper than that. So watch this till the end because I want you to catch the important knowledge bomb I'm going to drop. I'm talking to my son, and a month ago he said, I want to get stronger. He plays football, does sports, and he just feels like he wants to be able to contribute to his team more. He's had some bad experiences and things like that, and it had him feeling kind of crushed. But through our talks and his talks with my wife, he decided to just attack the things that he can control, which is something we as parents want our kids to realize, right? We said, go with what you can control. So we said, we can get you stronger. I can train you in the gym. I have 8 years or more of physical fitness training, personal training, all that stuff. So of course I can help him with that. So here's where the dilemma occurred, bro. We were about 5 or 6 weeks in. We start working out, we start training, and I noticed him complaining about every little thing, these little pains here, these little pains there, or he's tired, or all of these different things. And so at a certain point in the middle of the workout, I set up the workout bench for doing bench presses, and I said, sit down, let's have a talk, which you should always be open to doing. And I said, look, man, back in the beginning of this, you expressed to me how upset you were about how things went, and that you wanted to change things, you wanted to get stronger, you wanted to make sure next year is not like this year. Is that still correct? He's like, of course, yeah, and as becoming a preteen, when you start on that path of the lecture, they're like, rolling their eyes and all that stuff. And I'm talking to him and I'm like, you also said, this is the position you want to play. And to get that position, we have to train like this, and he started telling me, well, this training is kind of boring. And he's like, well, I have this going on and that going on. And I said, I'm here because you expressed to me that you want to get better. And I said, would it be right for me to want this more than you do? And he's like, no, I should want this more. This was my decision. And I'm like, I'm taking time to help you get better and help you get stronger. And do you think you're using it the right way? Are you committed to this? Are you taking this serious? He's like, oh man, no, I'm not really doing that. He's like, yeah, I get what you're saying. I get it. And so we start training again, and I just see this different energy from him, this different motivation. And you're probably like, why the fuck am I listening to you talk to me about this story? Here comes the key piece, and I want you to take note of this. Any part of your life, apply it. We all hit this point, and it's always after 3 or 4 weeks of starting a new habit that may be uncomfortable, that may push us in a new direction, that ultimately is going to make us a different person. Because when you start a new habit, the old person that was attached to the bad habit starts to die, and it feels like you're dying. And that's when we decide to quit. That's when we decide to start backing off of our commitments. And the key to getting through that, the key to continuing, because once you pass that hump, once you pass that wall, that means a year, 2 years of consistency. You shut down what was going to make you go backwards, what was going to make you quit. The key is to remind yourself of the pain and the victories that you wanted to have that led you to start that habit in the first place. That's why I asked my son, you expressed to me how it felt to feel left out, like you couldn't get the chances to contribute more to your team because your abilities weren't where they were, on top of the other politics and all that stuff. But I'm talking about the things that you can control. I said, how did that feel? Felt horrible. How would it feel to have things different, to have the power to make things different next time around, to maybe even make it different for other people on the team as well, because you're contributing at such a high level? He said, that would be powerful, that would be amazing. And I reminded him of those different things, the pain and the pleasure, and how it felt and how it would feel. And once you get those feelings internalized, then you start moving towards the hump. Let's give you a practical example. I promise, this is it. Then the video's over and you can scroll on, okay? Practical example. You know that you want to achieve getting a college degree. And you know that after this degree, things could be different for you. You could get a higher salary paying job, or you can get the knowledge you need to help people, like in the medical field, and maybe change some lives that way. You start on this track, and maybe half a year in, you start getting to the boring curriculum, or you get to math class. I hate math. And you're getting ready to shut down and quit. True story. I was at a point in college classes where I was going to quit. What you can do at that moment is remind yourself of where you were before you started. What pains led you to start pursuing this degree? And what is your vision for what you're going to do once you achieve it? Just close your eyes, sit inside of that for a little while, and then push forward. Keep going, but internalize that feeling as you move. And the more you do this, the more you take some time to get that feeling conceptualized internally, you will carry yourself with a different energy. You'll be disciplined. Motivation is going to pop in and out whenever it wants to, and it's going to feel amazing and great. But no matter what, no matter how you feel, you're moving forward. Just like my son did at the gym. He still didn't feel like working out, but he came with this intensity. He came with this excitement, and he got into it, and he started to see a little bit of a difference. Now, he's still got a lot of work to do. It just started. But that mental mindset hurdle is something that we as adults face and kids face all the time. 90 times out of 10, people get defeated. Your 3,000-year-old brain wins, and you go back to those same habits that got you in that terrible place in the first place. Hope this helps.